Thank you, Mr. Leo. Honestly, to me, this is very, very unfounded. Why? Because when you talk about traditional chiefs, we should be capable of distinguishing individuals from institutions. Who are these traditional chiefs? The first thing to say. What is their political background? These are people who belong to the ruling party that is in power, and they mask themselves behind traditional rulers. And there's another thing we should be capable of distinguishing. These are individuals. They don't speak. I don't think their call is on behalf of their subjects, because the subjects of their in their different localities or chief jurisdiction are not necessarily of the same political inclination like them. This, I want to line with Prince Joel, what he said. It is not normal for a chief to be able to affiliate himself into a particular political party, because a chief is that one person who is the father of every person under his jurisdiction and not of particular people. So when you take upon yourself to affiliate to a particular party, then you automatically, you are telling others that that is what you want them to be. In other countries that we've been seeing, recently I was in Uganda and I noticed there, chiefs are not permitted to take into politics. Not different from the recent bill passed in Burkina Faso. Why? Because if chiefs, with what they are supposed to do, take into political, get into politics, it will not be fair for other candidates. Now, when you have chiefs who have to move from one place to another, for example, chief left from their localities to go and thank a minister, or to go and greet a minister, you start understanding at what point this institution, this traditional sacred institution that they used to be, I said they used to be, they are no, majority are no longer. And I want to say, when they say chiefs, we should be capable of distinguishing, and at times it is better to be able to say these particular people and these particular, or chiefs of this community, because when you generalize chiefs, it looks at everybody. I don't think it's all the chiefs that are doing that. So when you look at that, you understand that these people have actually lose the value and lose the incarnation that are upon them. That's why the MP3 is proposing a different society from what we are having today, because once a chief can live, from example, recently we saw some chiefs who left their localities to go and thank a minister for their son entering into an arm. How do you, in our traditional sacred societies, people go to chiefdoms and chiefdom displace himself to meet other people. From the time when chiefs start displacing themselves to go meet individuals, you understand that they are hungry. They are hungry. And what actually, you live in a country where you have a president that has put you into, have put misery into the people for the last 43 years. You have a country where a president has been ruling and there has been no electricity or electricity shortage for the last 43 years. No water, the roads are so bad. You have division and rule. You have tribalism everywhere being preached at national level even, and from people who are supposed to be those that fight those ills, and nothing is being done. And you say, and people are saying that the chiefs are calling for the president to come and lodge campaign for what? For another 7 years of misery, for another 7 years of suffering without electricity, for another 7 years of PhD holders going to sit in front of a ministry to ask for a job. Is that the state we want for the next 7 years? And when you look at all this, understanding the position of chiefs being those people who are supposed to clamor for development, who are supposed to look for good governance, who are supposed to ask for the interests of their people rather than individual interests, which means they need to look for collective interests and not individual interests. And when you see chiefs, people who call themselves chiefs and are clamoring for individual interests, have left their ancestral lands to go and meet other people, to go to offices. Some have even transferred their ancestral origins to Yaoundé and Douala, and they still call themselves chiefs. How do you classify such people? How do you look at it for the move for the advancement of Cameroon? That is why the MP3 party is still calling on Cameroonians, don't let yourself to be fooled this time again. We have gone through 43 years of suffering, 43 years of misery, 43 years of bloodshed. They are calling the head of state to come to the southwest, Mr. Leo. The crisis has been there for 9 years. I mean 9 years and not 9 days. And the head of state has not seen a reason to go. Please, Kedia, just let me go, okay? You have your political inclination. Let people express their mind. Your party has imprisoned this country for the past 43 years. And you shouldn't stand and...
Please, we are talking about...
Mr. Leo,
we are talking about traditional rulers calling on the president.
Mr. Leo,
I do not see anywhere where mention was made of the CPDM. Talk about President Paul Biya.
No, Mr. Leo,
it's okay. Go.
Mr. Leo, we cannot say the goat and hold the rope. No, it doesn't go. When you talk about chiefs, and calling for the president. Look at the roads from Douala to Yaoundé. From Douala,
chief of chiefs. Oh, he's the Fons. So they're telling.
Who is he? He's the president of a particular ruling party, which those chiefs actually belong to. We should not just say chiefs. Let's diagnose it well. Let's diagnose well, please.
Stop this defamation of our chiefs.
Please.
No, please. You have 2 minutes to learn.
Thank you.
You have 1 minute.
Thank you, and please don't intervene anymore. And so when you see, for us to be able to diagnose this in the right manner, because this is the same thing that has been happening. We talked about special status. Where has it led us today? People are still dying in the northwest and southwest. The same chiefs. I didn't know the people living in the northwest and south. When they are calling for the president to come there, but when they organize and measure national dialogue, the presidency of the republic is less than 1 kilometer away from the Palais de Congrès. Did the president come? He had to delegate somebody, and now they're asking him to come to the southwest to travel more than 400 kilometers to go and do what? They are not asking for the president to come. What they are asking, they are lobbying for their individual interests. Cameroonians don't fall for that. Look at the manifesto of the Movement for Patriotism and Post-Prosperity, the MP3. We have put out 12 key points to unleash the potentials of Cameroon, because your future have been tied down for the last 43 years. Imagine someone who is 43 years old. Where is his future? And then imagine you who are 33 years old. It means that by 40 years you'll still be at the same spot, and you even be. We are in a country where somebody who used to be very fat has become, now they call him Babana. Somebody who used to be very, very fair is now called because of dust and other things. What are we saying, Mr. Leo? These chiefs should be very, very conscious of what they are doing, because we are talking about the interest and the future of young Cameroonians, and we cannot be joking with this like that.
If the president were to visit the southwest region and routes are constructed and some infrastructure added, how does that benefit them as individuals?
Thank you.
Does it not benefit the population?
It's a good thing you're saying if he were to visit. Now, when last did the president visit any other region in the country? And even the roads that have been tied, the problem is about the regime. It's not even about an individual going somewhere, because even the roads that have been tied in Douala, those in Yaoundé, in less than 2 months, the roads are already bad. So when the president visits now and goes back, in less than 4 months, the roads will be bad. So we have to come again for those roads to be repaired. Okay. That is no excuse. They are looking for their personal interest and not for collective interest.
They have a right to their.
They have the right as individuals, but they shouldn't carry the titles of chiefs. Those are sacred communities that don't need to be mingled today.
You cannot take that from them.
What that guy is saying is just the truth. It's just the truth, even though he's saying it and trying to push his own political agenda. But I will not want to divert into that. I would just want to let our people understand that La République du Cameroon, they saw these things very far, and that's why they started destroying the institutions and the structures that we, the people, we held so dear in our hearts. We consider them as our, spiritual leaders. There are 2 places where La République has done everything to destroy our pastors, our churches, and our religious leaders, to make them to start speaking a language which is not that of justice, but language of peace, language of Bobia, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Now, they also go for chief them and fund them. The people in this will value them, will hold them so dear in our heart. The way it happened, when I see it in La République, you don't do one for them. Chief them and fund, they don't turn a royal beggars. Then they run mini, they don't go Yaoundé. Mini, they don't go for this place. I don't talk say if the chief or the fund for your village, they stand for which way be right. If they always go for Yaoundé, go visit or go La République, all that kind of thing, my brother, you have to be honest to yourself. Stay far away from that man. Stay far away from that man. La République don't successfully reduce some of the so-called funds and chiefs to commoners, royal beggars. Before, all we be know say, now you the come for palace. Even Queen Elizabeth or these big people then, when some person come for village, or he come for some place, he can go visit na palace. You get for go na for palace for chiefdom. Go for day. Now you go there. You go talk say mbe. But today, what to be the case? Now fund then they run, they go. I'll soon again for my next update, Ambazonians. They work at the same title here and there. What are they begging for? they beg na waiting. They have lost their value. They are no more the custodian of our custom and tradition. They don't totally become politicians. Yes, I'll see you when I give my next update. And thank you very much. This one na for open una eye there for make a una know say this struggle wey dey inside na for restore all these values the way La Republic don't take them away from we. We go put them for their body. Shake no day. Now hold her. Make the video go very far as possible. And God bless Ambassador.